Long does it take to create sustainable change in your body? Well, if you Google that question, you're going to get 1,000 answers. 21 days, 7-day detox, 30-day shred, 75 hard. And almost all of them have one thing in common. They were made up by someone trying to sell you something. But here's what's interesting. Your body in perimenopause and beyond has an answer to that question. Not because it's trendy and not because it's a catchy number for a program name, but because it's your biology. And that's what we're talking about today. Now, before we get into it, I made you something. It's called your body's 28-day blueprint. Spoiler, it's 28 days. The 28-day blueprint is a free guide that breaks down everything that I'm teaching in this video, plus a simple daily tracker so you can actually experience the transformation for yourself. The link is in the description. Go grab it. Now, if you're new here, my name's Robin Richards, and I'm a nervous system and weight release teacher for women in perimenopause and beyond. And what that really means is that I help women who have tried everything, and I mean everything. They're exhausted by toxic diet culture, and they also feel like their body just stopped cooperating. What I do is I help them understand what's actually going on so they can activate their inner coach and create real sustainable change that works with their biology instead of against it. So if you're a woman in midlife who's tired of forcing and ready for something that's actually going to make sense for your body and your life, you're in the right place. Make sure to hit subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next. All right, so let's start with some things that we already know. The menstrual cycle. It runs roughly 28 days. So does a lunar cycle. Now, when you're in a season where you're experiencing the menstrual cycle, it's not just about reproduction. It's a complete hormonal arc. Your body moves through 4 phases. There's the follicular, which is building, ovulation, which is your peak, luteal, which is releasing, and menstruation, which is a time of rest and renewal. Now, here's what most people don't talk about. Your metabolism actually shifts through that cycle. Your energy shifts, your mood, your sleep, your cravings, your capacity. All of it moves in rhythm with this 28-day arc. This is your body's original rhythm as a woman for creation and renewal. It's not random. It's a complete cycle, divinely designed and present in your biology. And it tells us something really important. Your body was designed for cyclical change, not for a 24-hour cycle, and definitely not for linear force. That matters. Remember it. Now, here's where we get relevant for those of us in perimenopause and menopause. In perimenopause, your cycles start to get irregular. Maybe they're longer, shorter, heavier, lighter. You might be skipping some months. It feels chaotic, but your body is still craving that cyclical rhythm underneath the chaos. And in menopause, actually post-menopause, but we'll get into that some other day. In menopause, the menstrual cycle completely stops. But here's what doesn't stop. Your nervous system and your metabolic system. They still respond to 28-day patterns of consistent input. The internal clock is still there. It still wants that rhythm. And honestly, the hormonal shifts of perimenopause and menopause make a regulation first approach more important, not less, because your body's stress tolerance is lower. That makes the need for safety even higher. So when you force and push your body through overexertion and underconsumption, it's literally the worst strategy at this stage of life. And yet, it's what most, if not all, programs are telling us to do. So here is what you need to understand. Losing your cycle in perimenopause and beyond does not mean losing your rhythm. Your body still has that wisdom. Okay, now I want to shift and talk about something that might feel a little outside of the box for some of you, but stay with me because there's real science here. The lunar cycle. It's also roughly 28 days. There's the new moon, then there's waxing, the full moon, then there's waning. And the historical connection between women's cycles and the moon is documented across cultures. It's not woo-woo. There's actually emerging circadian research that supports this connection. And here's why this matters practically. The 4 phases of the moon map beautifully onto the 4 phases of change. New moon is beginnings, intention, planting seeds during that rest, the quiet, the darkness. Waxing moon is when the building starts happening, growing, gaining momentum. Full moon is peak energy, illumination, fullness. And then waning moon is when we begin releasing, integrating, beginning that rest. When your internal cycle is shifting or completely gone in perimenopause and then menopause, it's more essential than ever to align your wellness practices. And what more powerful energy than one that exists with science? And that's the lunar rhythm. The lunar rhythm can give your body an external anchor for what it internally is seeking. It's something to sync with. And when you do that, it's not mystical, it's practical. You're going to give your body the cyclical input that it's been craving. Feminine energy is cyclical. Working with cycles is not magic, it's biology. Now, let's talk about what's happening with your brain. Neuroplasticity is your brain's ability to form new neural pathways, to literally rewire itself. And when researchers study habit formation and nervous system encoding, they consistently find that it takes a minimum of 21 to 28 days for the initial pathway formation, and in 28 or more days for a real baseline shift, a rewire. Not a new behavior that you have to white knuckle, a new baseline, a new set point, where the new way starts to feel like your way, naturally. Let me break down what's happening week by week because this is the part that changes everything. Week one is the pattern disruption. Your nervous system is on alert. Cortisol is starting to respond. You probably won't feel anything yet, and that's completely normal. Week two is trust building with your metabolism, your nervous system, and just your inner coach. Your blood sugar starts to stabilize. Energy gets a little bit more predictable. Sleep might start to shift. Your body's getting the signal that something consistent is happening. This is really important. The reason that most programs fail isn't that you failed. It's that the program didn't give your body enough time or enough safety to actually rewire. Here's the big reframe that I want to leave you with today. There's a difference between forcing change and flowing with change. Force is linear, it's masculine, it's willpower based, it's deadline driven, it's hustle energy, and it triggers your stress response, which is literally the exact thing that's preventing weight release and energy restoration in your body right now. Flow. Flow is cyclical. It's regulation based. It's rhythm driven. It's the feminine energy and it honors your capacity. It builds trust with your nervous system and allows your body to release instead of grip. So here's my question for you. What if the timeline for real change isn't faster? What if it's cyclical? Not a straight line from broken to fixed, but a cycle. Build, peak, release, rest, and then begin again from a new starting place, scaling and leveling as you build a new baseline each and every cycle. That's how your body actually works. That's how you rewire your nervous system and with it, your metabolism. Wherever you are in your cycle or beyond it, your body still knows this rhythm and you can start working with it right now. Begin noticing where you're forcing things and ask yourself what flow might look like instead. That's it. Just a question, being curious, starting to build your mindful scientist. And if you want the full breakdown with the week by week science, plus a simple daily tracker that guides you along the 28-day journey, grab your body's 28-day blueprint. It's free, and the link is in the description below. Now, if this was helpful, give it a thumbs up and subscribe. I put out new content every week or so for women who are done with diet culture and ready for something that actually works with their biology in perimenopause and beyond. I'll see you next time. Namaste.